He also has an easy damage deal with the stops Queen of Pain in the early game because she can't really last it, and of course her purge, or his purge, sorry, his unstable, is one of the most annoying things to fight against if you're playing Queen of Pain because you can't Shadow Strike like. Level 2, because being level 8 with Razor and getting 2 levels of unstable current already makes it so that Shadow Strike destroys the Queen of Pain herself, and if she decides, like I said, blink away from it, you can just punish that with a Plasma Field. Depends on how aggressive Queen of Pain is playing. You max unstable current, or not necessarily max it, but you get points in it, or alternatively, you just max Plasma Field. Right. Happy Feet, though, do want some sort of aggression, and in this case, they're going to pick Tusk as they already have a good amount of pushing power, the Razor and the Shakiro, now combined with the Abaddon, so all they need is a bit of power. Of course, their lanes are already secure, so the whole point here with the Tusk is to be able to push or attack the middle lane a bit more, and also run a possible dual offlane or tried offlane with the Abaddon, which is very effective, and then you can really crush their enemy carry regardless of what they... The Weaver would have been really good. Happy Feet, what are they going to pick with the Razor for Jayo? I mean, the Juggernaut would have been amazing, honestly, especially against this Queen. A Lifestealer comes to mind as okay, especially because you have the Tusk in, but and against the Disruptor, he's quite alright. Usually want something that can cancel Disruptor. In fact, Lifestealer seems pretty powerful, Happy Feet, right now. If he can still go for Desolator, so that's to your pushing power, and of course that combines all the Razor and the Jakiro. Early game, the Rage is really good. The Shadow Strike is not really a bother to him, only the Sonic Wave by the Queen of... And he can eat up the Darkseer and high. Besides that, trolls or heroes that can go for like Ursa, for example, or even if you're playing them as Happy Feet. Alternatively, just because it's Jayo, I want to suggest something possibility together with Bishop, but Lifestealer seems like the best option here. You can also go for the Luna, which is alright, especially because yeah, stop it. But the Luna, like I said, no integrated. Ember Spirit is the choice to make. It's gonna be Razor carry, Ember Spirit in the mid lane. On the Razor against the Pain. Ember Spirit is not gonna have an easy time against Queen in general, but in the early game, he and the Jakiro can secure you a pretty decent. Now, what is the carry for Xiaodian themselves? They need a carry for speed draw, and against the Razor and Ember Spirit as well, so preferably not a melee carry. In fact, the Luna, no, okay, anti-mage is what they... The anti-mage is interesting. He is stronger than most other carries than Razor because, of course, he has always the extra damage of the mana steal, which is always going to happen regardless of Razor stealing your damage or not. So that's a good way to stop the Razor. And he can easily dispel a static link with the Blink. So that is not bad for the anti-mage himself. And the Razor's mana pool is quite decent, so being able to take it away and then use your ultimate on him is effective. But that said, the whole point of Happy Feet's strategy is to dominate in the early game. If anti-mage has a bad lane because they do offlane him, or even worse because they actually try to attack. Of course, I don't know if you've seen the Razor fighting in the early game in a 5 versus 4 engagement or that kind of thing where he's gonna destroy everything. He's ridiculously tanky because of his natural agility and strength game being quite decent. No, 2.6 and 2. I don't know why I thought 2.
Prepare for
it's 2.0 and 2.6, which is a decent amount of agility per level. 2.0 is okay. I mean, it's not ideal. You don't go for carry anyway. And the more important part, a really good amount of HP. 2.6 makes you quite tanky, and it still gives you a decent amount of armor. So it means that you last the mid game pretty well. Deal a lot of damage from the enemy. Powerful attacks. And if the enemy team is fighting you against 5 versus 4, then you're actually in a... Yeah, and careful because he's suffering a lot against this damage. That is a lot of damage. The card comes Ben-Hur as well. They have Syrian kill, honestly. Diane is not fast enough to actually outrun in Abaddon right now, especially with Person of Avernus. Jules is joining in as I'm gonna die, and Ben-Hur will be given the first blood here by Happy Feet. This is really clever, giving him the advantage of the first blood, even though he wasn't even participating in it. He gets a bit of experience. They also get some gold and whatnot. Bad, I think. They get nothing. But the first blood gold only goes to the killer, so that means that the Ember Spirit in this case will have a 300 gold advantage over the Pain early on, allowing him to get early boots or early bottle depending on the matchup. It's a pretty good idea. Right, before they keep before they start hitting each other, let's continue with let's start with the presentation of the teams. My name is D Swordfish. I'm gonna be your caster for today. And Happy Feet will be playing the Radiant side, while Xiaodian will play the Dire side. Let's see what we have on the Radiant side, right? Jesse Vash is on the Jakiro in the support position. In the mid lane, we have an Ember Spirit played by Ben-Hur. As the carry is Jael, running at a Razor. In the second support position, Jules will be accompanying an off-lane Abaddon played by Yaj in this top lane. Now, for Xiaodian, the Singaporean team, we have Dian on the Spirit Breaker in the support position. In the off-lane, a Darkseer played by Lovett. In the middle lane, a Queen of Pain played by Gentleman, as they carry an anti-mage played by Speeddraw. And finally, on the Disruptor in that support position, Jaeger. We'll be running him in this operation. And game go. That middle lane, yeah, I'm glad they rotated Tusk. In fact, I think the Jakiro is better for rotation in top. Tusk down bottom with the ice reduction into difficult, especially because ice shards plus the static link is very. But I don't really trust it. And you don't really want to leave the Abaddon alone either. In fact, you can even leave the Razor alone, top and help, yeah, because you don't want Speeddraw to deal with the fall. Of course, Yash cannot. But I think this might be the first death. Yeah, I mean, he's eating his Tango, about TP. Might be able to escape alive. No, one more attack got to do the trick. Jaeger sees him. The poor man's shield is actually helping Yash considerably. Continues to eat trees, wants to go into further inside the jungle. Still has that poor man's shield, is not healing up as much as he used to be. Actually, does not have enough mana for the TP. Not okay. He's made himself a house in the tree. Jaeger who's joining in and says, "Hey Yash, how you doing?" Let's get that kill finally. Finally, Xiaodian finds Jaeger or Yash in the trees and actually finishes. That's unfortunate for Happy Feet, but they did get the first blood.
What surge is this?
Or really believe Xiaodian, they could do this. Top lane, that's actually rejected. Jules gets a kill on Jaeger and then walks away with a haste room. That just came. I think used his combo of snowball plus shards, and then nothing much they could have done, I suppose, because and with like lips. I do like his has been left alone completely in spot play. He's also decided to go for what I prefer. Static link. And that purge, which is so very useful again. Honestly, 0.5 second purge, not that great. It just makes you think twice before attacking him. But 1 second purge. Yeah, they don't have vision of him here. No bond and a photic. Yana is just biding his time right now. He knows the snowball could be really effective. Bash is actually going. The ice shard stops the An, but the An uses the time, is going to survive completely. Help of Jesse Vash could have gotten a kill, but instead, Gentleman's going to be getting this kill in the middle lane against the Ember Spirit. Who actually tries to evade that kill off the Queen of Pain a bit too aggressively. Got punished as a result. Really strong liquid fire here in the top lane. Jules actually gets a kill onto Gentleman in the middle one, but speed draw. Why do I keep going to the top lane while all the action is happening in the middle one? Actually, he just came in with a snowball. Jules stay there. Sorry. Oh, in the top lane, now they actually are going to the Abaddon. 70% chance. Yaj is not too lucky. Thunderstrike is giving them vision of him, so it's an easy kill onto him, and Yaj will just end up dying to the damage Jaeger's putting out in the top lane. Like I said, oh, Ben-Hur misses it. Like I said, the middle lane, Gentleman just stayed there for quite a long time with low HP, and so well, not really that big of a. In the top lane, it's a bit more. I mean, this top lane is really important because Speed Draw is winning in terms of last hits. I mean, he's lasting as much as Razor, more than he is. Rising considering you are an anti-mage. He is winning in terms of net worth himself, so you don't really want to let this guy snowball. In fact, Jayo should be doing much better in lane than he is currently. That's mainly because of his lack of phase boots, because he can't last it as well. And of course, the fact that these off-laners have not been putting to the anti-mage are not enough, not as much as they want to kill him, and instead. And Ben-Hur, of course, can't really rotate because the Queen of Pain is already a pain in the ass, and this middle really want to have to deal with it as well. But you need that. And now the Jakiro is finally coming up top because they need the Jakiro to help up top instead of in the lane. Because screw the Ember, he has to learn to fend for himself. You need the Jakiro up. Tusk himself also needs to join. The Ice Shards don't really do much against the anti. That is the big issue. The Ice Shards don't really do much against the anti-mage, and he's putting where he's like, well, ball at him. Should I even bother going there? Aquatic Shield available. They can't take it off just yet. Kinetic Field already used, so that's the Abaddon dead for sure. He's out of mana, but that doesn't matter. The speed draw. He deals enough damage himself to get that kill with bare hands. That is the use of any abilities. That's a bit more net worth for an anti-mage that's going to start snowballing out of control.
Never refuse gold given.
I would hope to see if he do a bit more coming to the game, honestly. I don't know when the peak is here against an anti-mage. You really... Though, that's certain. In fact, if Speed Draw realizes what they're letting him do, which is top farmer in the game, you can just go for treads, or sorry, skip treads altogether and go for... But now that I realize it, it might be just be the SCA illusion where you're farming, but in fact he's not farming that. Because his government is, again, below 400, yet granted it's still below 400. He's got treads, essentially, plus a ring of health. I mean, it's not that great. And even though he's gotten a couple kills, oh, careful, because he might be the next. Ice Shards, stick him down, and Jesse Vash just needs an ice path, but of course they have it. Snowball comes in, Jayo's joining in, speed draw, good kinetic field though. Liquid fire, sorry, the dual breath is gonna hit him, and now they start taking away some damage from Diane. Here comes a Sonic Wave, Gentleman wants to 5, Josh doesn't have his ultimate yet, they can't use the Product Shield in time, and Gentleman's gonna be fighting alone against Razor. She's lost all her mana, and the Razor with 150 damage stolen is able to get that kill on the Queen of Pain. Kill support on offlaner for a kill on the Queen of Pain, in addition to some space created mid. That is kind of worth it, honestly. If you are happy feet. The only weird thing is the Razor didn't. 2 attacks, he would have just. Oh, well, could have actually. But 2 attacks to the static link stolen damage, and he would just. That he decided to. Oh, another great part about Razor, by the way, we're getting the. Oh, it was.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Razor himself is going to go for treads over the face. Daily treads over the face. He's going to go for more of a stats Razor. Imagine this Razor. Static Link and the Dragon Lance. Got to think, or sorry, not a Static Link. The extra cast range and the Dragon Lance, or at least just the Dragon Lance for very least. Just because in this game, it's well against an anti, not a bad idea. Because you're forcing him, like walking anti-mage. Force him if anything. That's not bad at all. Ben-Hur, careful, because searching out Love It, but Love It is playing, or Love It.
Invisibility.
Charge, Ben-Hur, he can still escape with a remnant. Should be okay. The Surge, though, is helping Diane out. He's going to find out the Ember Spirit. It tries to evade the Shadow Strike, fails to do so. 17%. Diane's not getting the stun. Finally, the stun is available, but the Remnant will save this Ember Spirit's life. Second charge, they need to help him somehow. The Snowball comes in, and they do root him in time, but Gentleman will jump in. And the Scream of Pain, the poor Ember Spirit, finishing him off. So in the end, the Queen of Pain gets that kill against the Ember, and Happy Feet. harassing him and everything. He only got, yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
However, the tower's gonna go down anyway. That's part of the Happy Feet lineup. That's what they do, create a lot of pressure. Towers and taking away enemy team control structures and vision and really. That's very important, being able to take away the places where they can TP, because of course the less control you have over the map, the easier you'll have. First of all, less lanes to go through farm, and second of all, his jungle will start to be, especially once you take this tower and this tier 2 would be ideal if you can take it on early, but of course you can't just go for the tier 1s. You also want to take
Worthy tribute.
pretty valuable one, actually. Taking away, like I said, this bottom tower important, just because that regard you can create like a weird triangle of bottom lane text. Once you take the first tier 1, it's
Dire's bottom
tower should go down easy, honestly. They're
Radiant's
the liquid fire, which is all that matters, and the some degree I guess you have the curse of Avernus as well. Jakira's very low level though. I actually noticed level 4 for both her. Actually, both supports in the team are level. I haven't been able to Spirit Breaker, unfortunately,
middle tower
standing here
is
with
under
the
attack. Dire's
solo
bottom
kills, but
tower has
he doesn't have
fallen.
really an hour of initiate. He only has a charge of darkness, and that charge is actually going to go to cancel if he fails to do so. Diego could go on him, but of course there's no TP. Like I said, there's no structure to DP to. They actually can't teleport easily up to town, which Josh does not care that much about, because if they're going to go from there, then fast by Ben slightly. There's the 3 remnants, but he has the Searing Chains as well to stop him in place. The Surge is not going to help at all. In the middle lane of Tusk is just fighting against speed drop, maybe just calling him Diane. Still goes with the charge, catches the Jakiro. Jay wants to fight this. There's liquid fire. Jakiro has to steal some of that damage, but he only steals 31. He has to fight Gentleman alone. I don't think that's what they're looking for. In fact, he goes down in the end. The poor Razor to the damage of Sonic Wave from the Gentleman. Happy Feet will be losing their mid there for the price of an offlaner. Definitely not what they wanted. Of course, in the beginning, they do save their... Oh, no, not their mid, their carry, sorry. They do save their mid in the beginning, the Ember Spirit, by offlaner, but now they just their carry for now. Again, has another strike. No, 4, so he's still in. Using it onto the end. Jules joins in. There's a snowball. A Walrus Punch as well. And the Glimpse won't help in time. They already get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. And Jakiro will actually survive against the incursion that is doing the Queen of Pain currently. Oh, there's the first remnant. Finds Jaeger. Static Storm. Perfect trap. And the Ember Spirit can't go anywhere. That's what you get for walking with remnants. And the Storm Spirit, or the Disruptor cancels him completely with the Static Storm, rendering him useless. Finished off eventually. Who also came with double damage room, by the way. Now, the 2 top heroes in terms of net worth for the charts are currently from Xiaodian. If it wasn't because the Tusk is doing so well, the supports here are creating quite a difference, and it would be, yeah, much worse. Oh, great job, Jo. Practices this and actually right in time. Static 4 ice shards to put it in the right place. Gentleman can't even blink in time. I mean, he could have just turned intelligence and blinked because he didn't. I think, but of course not with Jo being around. Static Link stole 136. He actually maxed Plasma Field just so he can actually far a bit faster. Not a bad idea. Here in the mid lane, by the way, the Ember lost all his mana. He can't actually fight against the enemy properly. There goes the Mana Void, but of course with the Flame Guard. He's technically Love H, actually. Fun fact. I just love A. It's technically Love H. I know because they made fun of him. I think is they still have it. They used to have someone that was making fun of him. I don't forget who it was. Oh, there it is. He puts himself Love H as a joke. Well, I can only imagine, but he's still supposed to be pronounced that way. So I do say Love A because I'm just very used to that. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be. There's no other reason. I mean, what else could you be possibly referencing with? The headdress and the mechanism gonna be coming on the Tusk. I think that's a bit Blade Mill on the Razor. Okay. The lineup that these guys from Happy Feet are going for angled. Doesn't seem like they have a plan. Frankly, they're not really pushing or utilizing the Ember.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Long shot. Canceling the anti-arm, and you also... No way he survives this. Oh, okay. Never mind, he had a remnant. I don't know why I thought he didn't have a remnant. Good. If they play like that, that's fine. But the point is, they have to start taking more towers. And right now, they're really not. The Agony, for example, here. For the Razor. Because, of course, the Liquid Fire is strong, but you don't really have much of other pushing power. And you going for the Blade Mill is not really going to... It only really helps against the Queen of Pain. She's the burst damage dealer. That's pretty much it. And yeah, granted, that's the only thing you don't really counter, the Queen of Pain, so that's not bad. It's not a bad item in general. But, of course, you were looking for a bit more of a snowball potential. The anti-mage is scary. I mean, it's 15 minutes on. Oh, these guys Battle Fury, right? But it's within decent timing, which is surprising. It's not actually after the timing, which benefits Razor considerably, but still. You get the idea that you do want to go for that early push, either with the Aghanims, or alternatively, the Razor can just... Or Dragonlance for those kind of stat items that can allow him to fight early. The Blade Mill allows you to fight early, but it doesn't really do much against most of the casts. That big a deal, honestly. The armor, extra armor and intelligence it gives you is not bad. I mean, this tower will fall down. Tower of Happy. Charge from the Spirit. It's like a hard kill into Ben-Hur though, because the weight is not... Yeah, he's perfectly fine. There's no way that anyone can TP to him through here and then eventually time for the charge around the same time. He'll lose. Gentleman, meanwhile, decides to lanes go behind the tower for some reason. Maybe this sneak attack to the planning. Of course, with Jayo's Blade Mill, it's a bit hard to really attack him right now. Like I said, it's quite a good counter to the Queen of Pain. And the Ember Spirit himself is going for a Yule Scepter, which I can only imagine is to stop a possible Orchid from the Queen. Not going to be coming. Yule Scepter stops possible vacuum, maybe? Mana Void? The Glimpse also. Association? That makes it much. That's not what I've been called. So sure. I mean, the first time I see this guy is on Xiaodian, so I can't really. I don't know what these. Xiaodian does have a really good draft. I mean, the draft is pretty strong. Where they were going with it perfectly. Their execution is leaving much to be desired. Mainly because they're giving a lot of space to Happy Feet, a team who wants to take towers, and they're just letting the tower. It's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Even though you do have a better team fight with a Sonic. Sure, the enemy team might have a Snowball, and they might have a Macropire and Razor, but you can still fight in the early. Because the anti-mage, this is the issue, right, which is something Happy Feet was very smart about, which is they know that the Razor can fight 4 versus 5 easily. Imagine fighting a 5 versus 4 with the Razor in your team. You're just going to win that engagement no matter what. That's why I also wait for Blade Mill, I can only imagine. But of course, Xiaodian falls into this trap because they can't really do much more. Okay. But they really can't do much more here with the lineup they have. They have to get some farm at the end. Have to get some health because without a Yule Scepter, she's actually quite vulnerable. Or even the Searing Chain, so stops her blink completely. And that makes Xiaodian a team that's quite vulnerable right now, so you don't really want to fight. All do so farm on the anti-mage. And of course, in exchange, they're losing towers. So now, Happy Feet can capitalize this early game advantage they got with objectives and actually do something with it, as opposed to now, which is just farming passively. Then they take a 2-0 against. Happy about it. But what it's looking like right now, though, it seems like Xiaodian was just going to recover in the late game once Happy Feet stop farming and realize that their farm is not that impressive, and they're not going to be able to fight as well. Again, Vacuum plus Wall Replica plus Sonic Wave, there's no way. Yeah, if you want to know, XCX, call it Execution. Playstyle necessarily is not bad. The way they're playing is actually quite smart. Xiaodian. They're doing what they can with the draft, but of course the execution, sometimes this one for example, why is the anti-mage gonna die here? Speed draw, actually gonna survive in time, but Jayo is gonna ensure Jaeger does not. He steals a lot of damage and kills him with just 3 hits. Getting a bit of healing from Yaj. Ooh, this is really good. Usually don't want Morbid Mask on a Razor because he doesn't always deal that much damage. He did go for the... he doesn't really deal that much damage himself consistently, so the Morbid Mask is a dead item on you like half the team, mainly when you don't have a static on, or when the static link is just charging up. So Morbid Mask is alright, it's not the best of items. It's a consideration certainly because it heals you up so much. However, if you do go for the Vlads and someone else in your team, 10% of your damage is already a lot. That's how much you heal if you are ranged. 10% of your damage in this situation, for example, would be 17 or so every time you hit someone. That's not bad. A heal of 17 every time you hit someone, pretty good, especially with static link damage increasing your damage by a ridiculous amount, and of course the Aphotic Shield, that Solo Quest can also increase your damage a lot once the Solo Quest comes up on the app. Now this Roshan is a very important pickup for them. I don't know if they came with cheats, so it did not come with cheats, but why is it such an important pickup for them? Well, it is a Roshan that it is another objective once they've taken all tier 2s, and it's just the next logical steps to take in tier 3s, which Happy Feet is doing very well. Going step by step and take those tier 2s, tier 1s, and then eventually now go on to tier 3s, using an Aegis to aid them in the fight. That helps them out greatly, even though they're up against a stronger team fight than a 5 versus 5 scenario. They are currently still against anti-mage that doesn't have a Manta style, so he doesn't have the burst of damage that Manta style usually gives him. In fact, in the bottom lane, Ember Spirit is going to go down. Great Embers. Sorry, Greater Yule Scepter. Mid lane, they started going on this tower. They do have a little fire, and the macro fire, and the static link of the Aegis. They do have a lot of zone out spells. Taking tier 3 first, gentlemen, careful. You don't really want to initiate. The Ember Spray might not be here, but oh, careful. What is happening here? Jules just goes in with a snowball alone, and they stun him out and easily kill him with a Veil of Discord. No, mechanism plus macro power. The Shrine is activated, but doesn't really do much. Sonic Wave Hunter kills him off, but speed draw actually goes down to Jayo, who brings him down with only 49 damage slowing, and he's glimpsed back into the kinetic field, but what does that matter? Gentleman can't really do much against him. Jayo's way too tanky. Diane comes in with a charge, actually stuns out the Jakiro, but Jayo, all he wants to do is steal some damage, and he's going to start doing so with Love It. Instead, he decides to go for Jaeger, who's been surged up. He stole only 98 damage. What am I saying? Only a ridiculous amount of 98 damage. And now the Ember finally joins to take down the Rax. They root another Queen of Pain, and she's taking a lot of damage to the Plaza Field herself. Has to heals herself up if not careful. And Jayo will be taking these melee racks now, deciding to go for more. He does have an Aegis after all, but without any stolen damage, a bit hard to play this. Jayo gonna be glimpsed back. I don't think this is the best of options. Plaza Field is going to destroy the Disruptor in the end. And the Spirit Breaker loses a lot of damage to the Razor. 133 damage lost. Jayo now can continue fighting, or maybe even take the Shrines instead. I mean, he could just continue taking the tier 3s, but of course, against an anti-mage, it's still a bit dubious if you want to fight them, because you can't take away the damage from the anti-mage yet. Even though he doesn't have his Monster style just yet, you don't want to give him the option. Well, you want yours to play. And Bash another strike. Don't want to fight this though. They're going to take away all his damage. He's going to try to TP away. No time, because the Razor deals way too much physical damage. With this, Jayo actually makes a decent push in the bottom lane. They're missing a Jakiro, but the enemy team is missing a Spirit Breaker. Who's a more important initiator right now? I'll tell you, the Spirit Breaker, and Jayo with the Solo Crest. And again, the Aegis is more than ready to push this. So tries to go on to Love It. Of course, doesn't want to kill him actually, or doesn't want to deal damage from him because it actually have enough damage. Gentleman though could die to the damage Jayo's putting out. That was a great blade mail usage. Just finish off the Queen of Pain. Meanwhile, from behind, the Disruptor's gonna go down to Ben-Hur. They have no Static Storm for 29 seconds. It's very important. Ben-Hur is now deciding to go into the Dark Shield. They steal a lot of health, a lot of HP as well. That's the Static Link for you, my friends. As Gentleman almost goes down to Jayo's damage. Joes himself has to use Solar Crest on... Oh, they have to use Solar Crest on him. The Abaddon, thank you. Just to help him out against the Anti-Mage. But for now, Jayo... it's time that these barracks are the time, or it's the time to take these barracks down. The vacuum's available, maybe not the wall replica, more importantly, not the static storm. And they go, beautiful vacuum with wall replica. Now they get it. The ice path though, stop side starting his movements. It's rooted completely and destroyed by the remnants. Love It in the back. That's also nice to Jayo's damage. And now Jayo following through, wanted to kill Gentleman, not gonna acquire that kill, but certainly getting the racks down because he's gonna find out a poor Disruptor who uses the static storm before he dies and sacrifices the possibilities of winning that his team had down from 20% to 10%, as they now only have a Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker alive and everyone else in the sidelines. Jayo, even though he has no damage stolen, he has a Santi Yasha and a lot of healing from Yaj, so he should be perfectly fine to steal this tower. In the bottom lane, the poor Tusker is about to die. Jules, though, helped by the Ember Spirit, who comes in with the travel boots. Jules could go down, but the root actually helps him considerably. Where's the damage, says Ben-Hur? Oh, there it is. There it was. Kills the Tusk. But in the meantime, Happy Feet has taken all these Rex down. The mana creeps are available for them now. It's only one ranged Rex left, and they're going to take it. Happy Feet do not stop and look. They take objectives and they walk away. That's the way to play like a man. Jayo wants to fight this. Goes against Jaeger. Actually feels a lot of damage thanks to the static link. He again still has the Aegis, but it's going to be reclaimed in just 20 seconds. So he wants to fight as best he can. Jayo going to love it. Good kinetic field. Plus plus the vacuum to stop him in place. But love it. Almost going down to Jayo's damage. He's so lucky with the steals and the Mississari up in high ground. And there's the Aegis pop. Jayo has to play a bit more defensively now. They use the kinetic field to zone him out. And he has to go through the weird ways. He buys a Shadow Blade straight from the street kid shop, or from the home shop, I suppose, in a fountain, and escapes safely. Whereas Seabash won't have the same fate, but he is going to go down for the greatness of the Mega Creeps that his team just acquired. And yes, you have an anti-mage, but the anti-mage, I assure you, is not strong enough to stop Mega Creeps at minute 25. That is way too soon for Mega Creeps to come out. And of course, Xiaodian will fight till the end, but this is a hard game for them. They have to fight to the end, mainly because if they don't, they will be out of this tournament anyway, so they might as well try. But of course, against Mega Creeps, you're going to have a really hard time. No. Good fear. Can Yule center it up? No. Can't really do much. Vacuum, good in the ice shots, but in the end, it's actually the Queen of Pain just suffering against an Ember Spirit who's destroying him. Now the help from Jayo as well. He's still only 48 damage, but I think it's enough. They're going to fight Dian. The GG, well played, will come out from Xiaodian. And they rescind their invitation to this tournament, accepting that it's going to be Happy Feet to make it to the finals for the losers brackets, getting the chance to fight against Clutch Gamers for the chance to go up against MB.